North Korea is very different than anywhere else in the world, to put it mildly. While other countries get more connected, North Korea pushes itself further away. Here are some of the weirdest things that only exist in this Asian nation. North and South Korea are separated by a thin strip of land serving as a buffer since the two countries are technically still at war with each other. It's called the Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ. South Korea built a village on its side of the DMZ, meant to show North Koreans how great life could be if they escaped. The residents who live there get major perks like paying fewer taxes, free farmland, exemption from compulsory military service, an incredible school system, and abnormally large household incomes. North Korea also built a propaganda town known as Peace Village, just in case anyone actually wants to defect to the totalitarian regime. Unlike the South Korean version, this village is a complete sham. First and foremost, no one lives there despite North Korea's claim that it houses 200 people. While there are houses, schools, daycare, and a hospital, every building is just a concrete shell. Lights turn on and off, but observers say that they seem to be on an automatic timer. The only human activity is people brought in to sweep the streets and sometimes tend the surrounding fields to keep it looking nice. North Korea isn't known for many things that aren't absolutely horrible, which makes their iconic traffic girls a nice change of pace. Back before stoplights were common, North Korea, as well as many other places, used humans to direct traffic. In the capital of Pyongyang, young, attractive single women were selected for the task. While North Korea can now afford traffic lights on every corner, the women are still everywhere, with about 50 of them working in the capital.
There's a rumor that Marshal Kim Jong-un handpicks them himself.
It's an extremely coveted job. The traffic officers are reported to get better pay and more food than the average North Korean, as well as free housing and healthcare. They wear crisp, military-style uniforms and stay at their posts in all weather. Kim Jong-il was said to take a personal interest in the girls, and he bought them all new equipment, including fancy umbrella-covered platforms to stand on. In general, traffic women are supposedly highly desired by single North Korean men thanks to their good looks and high social status. When the world discovered that Kim Jong-un and Dennis Rodman were besties, there was a collective shock around the world. But basketball is an absolute obsession of the current supreme leader and his late father. Kim Jong-il was said to have installed full-sized courts at most of his palaces and supposedly built a library containing videos of almost every game Michael Jordan played with the Chicago Bulls. Secretary of State Madeleine Albright knew about the late Kim's love and brought him a basketball signed by Jordan as a gift in 2000. However, Jordan turned down the chance to travel to North Korea and meet Kim in person. The younger Kim, who would have to eventually settle for a visit from Rodman, went to school in Switzerland where he was said to be fiercely competitive on the court. And it turns out that North Koreans love basketball so much that they changed it to make it more to their liking. While they play by the rest of the world's rules in international tournaments, at home they have their own. Slam dunks are worth 3 points, and a three-pointer is worth 4 if the ball doesn't touch the rim. Adding some serious excitement, baskets made in the last 3 seconds of the game score a whopping 8 points. And if a player misses a free throw, they lose a point, a rule that would surely send shivers down Shaquille O'Neal's spine.
You already know the end of the story. Boing. Miss.
North Korean founder Kim Il-sung has an almost godlike status in his country. Even decades after his death, he's still officially known as the Eternal President. North Koreans even have their own calendar based around his date of birth, April 15, 1912. Known as the Tuchche calendar, it's used alongside the Western calendar, so one would say we are now in Tuchche 108, the year 2019. Tuchche, which means self-reliance, only came into being in 1997 on the 3rd anniversary of Kim Il-sung's death. Since then, all North Korean publications have included both years, and every citizen is expected to use it. The government makes it easy to remember, though, since so much is based around the birthdays of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. So if a new bridge was being built, the goal would be, for example, to finish it by the 60th birthday of the general. There's a serious food shortage in North Korea. Part of this is because the Kims spend money on the military and nuclear bombs rather than agriculture, but the country also lacks chemical fertilizer. They don't have the ability to make their own, and sanctions mean they can't get any from the outside world. With farmers desperate for help with their crops, there's a huge market for something called night soil. In other words, they put human poop on their fields.
Yes, it is.
Shops selling human excrement started popping up in 2010. Farmers had been using their own family's waste for a long time, but poop had become such a precious commodity that it made sense to sell it openly. By 2014, Kim Jong-un officially told his people to use human and livestock manure on crops. Since livestock was scarce, the human version was favored. Perhaps trying to make the best of a bad situation, human excrement became known as the best fertilizer, and vegetables grown in it are considered especially yummy. If farming families can't produce enough poop and they can't afford to buy any, they've been known to steal waste from other homes. Alas, using untreated human poop as fertilizer isn't sanitary. Many North Korean defectors have been found to have intestinal worms, including a soldier who had one that was 10.6 inches long. These parasites sap nutrients and lead to an even unhealthier population. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.